Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley. We're live here on Sports Talk. I got my good buddy, Coach Terrence George. He is the head coach of the boys basketball team. Coach Terrence, I know you've been busy, man. We appreciate the time you come and
no problem,
let everybody know about the boys basketball, man. We've had several great seasons. Last year was another good season.
Right.
We're starting a new one now. And before we get started on all that, who helps you coach? Let's give them a shout out.
So as far as who helps coaching, we have Tyrone Carter. This is his second year with me.
Everybody knows him in Homeville as Tadpole. That's right. That's what I call him on there.
And we have a new coach this year. His name is Vince Davis. He's also a football coach. And
great football coach.
Yeah,
linebackers, defensive end. He done a great job.
He's been doing a pretty good job with us so far.
He know a little bit about basketball then?
Yeah, he's more of a defensive guy. Coming from Dublin, the year that we went to the Final Four, he was on the coaching staff in Dublin.
Right.
So. Yeah, so those are the guys right now, which we have Joey Fitzgerald coaching on the middle school level.
And they just won the championship. Got to give them
They were runner-ups.
Runner-up, that's right.
They did win the South Division. They're the number one team in the South, and they were runner-ups in the overall conference.
Great coach, great guy.
Oh, yeah, doing a good job.
Oh, man, and that makes you feel good when we have the young kids at the middle school playing up in championships, because that means we're just going to continue. Man, it's hard, and I know you'd agree with me. Class A, public, the community, you're set with what you got. We don't have people to move in. Like, we're not fortunate. You can go to Lowndes or Valdosta. I mean, they can play in front of 10,000 people.
Right.
We got the kids we got.
Yeah.
But we've been fortunate, man, to have some good talent here in Clinch County, all around. And Terrence, football season went long again, and I was looking back. I got to talk to you the other night, and it's one of them things where we're going to end up playing 4 or 5 games a week. And man, that's got to, at the end of the year, that's got to be tough on them kids.
Man, what ends up happening is that we try to practice as much as possible in the beginning of the season, because we're going to end up with some weeks where we have 4 games. And I think this year we may have 2 weeks with 4 games. But we just, we do our best to get them prepared for those first couple of games. Normally we have to play with 1 or 2 practices, and so we just drill them. And hopefully, what we try to do as we get down toward the end of the season is to have everything mastered so we can cut back on practice time. Because coaches get tired.
Oh, man.
And the coaches are not running up and down the court, so you have to understand that the kids get tired too. So we try to give them a little break toward the end of the seasons.
Coming in, and I know you're hoarse because you played a game Friday.
Yeah.
A lot of hollering. I commented on that last night. There was one call the referee made last night on to get on that. The final was, I think we beat them by 15 or something like that.
We were up, ended up beating them by 10.
I got tickled because nobody was wanting to admit who the foul was on right there. And of course, when nobody has one foul, it's him. And I got tickled about it last night, man. But a great showing, and not only did the Panthers win that, y'all played last Friday in Telfair.
Telfair, right.
And man, they always have a great team. Always competitive.
Well, they always play us tough.
That's right.
Telfair, and I don't know what it is, but every game that we have faced them, it's been a tough game. Even our Final Four year, where we won, we were 26-4. They played us tough both games.
One of those games we go into overtime every time.
Well, we had to win at the buzzer that year. With Octavius Morris making a jump shot from the corner.
That's right, man. So. I like them kind of. I know you don't, but man, basketball, I enjoy doing it for Creekbox. I love football, but man, basketball just a little bit more because there's more excitement. Last night to start the game, Charleston, their competitive team, I thought that our advantage was the depth we had on, and I noticed you took advantage of that early, and played a lot more people. And when Charleston got into foul trouble, it was really hard for them. They had to set Williams down, and man, you took advantage from. He's a great defensive player, not just scorer, man. He done a great job down low, and when they had to set him, you took advantage of that.
Well, we try to have about 10 guys in the rotation. As it gets closer to playoff, we may, cut that back to about 7 or 8. But yeah, that did work in our advantage, last night. I did notice during the JV game they only had 6 guys sitting in the bleachers. So I told my players beforehand, during the pregame talk was, listen, push the ball up and down the floor, fast pace, and let's see if they can keep up with us with those 6 players.
They played 7 guys last night.
7 was the total,
7
and
was
that's
the
what
total
they
played.
had to bring someone who had played in the
That's
JV
right.
game
That's
in.
right.
So,
and I think it was King, 21, that come in.
so we look to
6th,
have,
7th player.
that look to be the scheme for the most part. If we can continue to play, efficiently, we'll try to stick with that 10-man rotation as long as we're efficient, though.
Man, that's good. Well, we're going to run into our first break here, brother, and we're going to come back and talk some more Panther basketball with Coach Terrence George. We'll be right back.
For the best pizza and wings in town any day of the week, check out Huey's One Stop in Homerville. Drop by, fuel up, and let Mr. Nick Patel and staff serve you some mouth-watering pizza and wings that you won't soon forget. Or just take that favorite pizza and box of wings home. Call 912-487-2338 to order your pizza and wings every Friday night after the game. Huey's One Stop, 193 Church Street, Homerville. Jerry J's Hog and Bones in Homerville is the restaurant for any time of day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or that special holiday meal. From pancakes to pulled pork and chicken salad to ribeye steak, Jerry J's Hog and Bones has the best food and service around. Oh yeah, and don't forget our great catering service. Go Panthers!
There's a reason why we're South Georgia's automotive superstore.
Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevy,
Nissan on the east side.
Walker Jones Used Car Mega Center.
GMC.
Coming soon, the all-new Walker Jones Honda.
Toyota.
We've got it all, so why shop anywhere else?
Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation.
You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan Henley, and we're live here on Sports Talk. I'm with my good buddy, Coach Terrence George, the head basketball coach at Clinch County High School. Man, Terrence, I know y'all been practicing. You got a lot of catching up to do. I think looking at Charlton has played maybe 4 or 5 more games than we have,
Right.
because of football. And that's going to be to our disadvantage going out through the season, because you coach. The more games you play, the better you get.
Right.
Coming in now, I noticed you got a few football players. How many football players do you have that's playing basketball this year?
That's actually playing. So I had 8 kids before football ended. Now since then, I have picked up the numbers to, we're about 25 kids right now.
Man, that is great.
So, and these are, kids who come over from football. Now, as far as varsity, there's probably about 5 or 6 of those that come over and will play on varsity.
And I don't think none of them played last night. I seen Moorhead dressed out. I know he didn't get in.
No, Moorhead didn't play. As far as kids that came over last night and played in even the last 2 games, Keyshawn Talbert, Zach Robbins, those are the main.
That's
are the main
right.
2.
Man, there's a big difference. A lot of people say, man, you just, basketball, man. You've seen
Oh, yeah.
Hey, football, you got to go for 3 to 5 seconds. Then you get to walk around for a minute. Basketball don't work that way, man.
Hey, it's ripping and running, man. And I like to mention, I just thought about this, but Tawan Gordon.
Yeah. Man, he come in and hit a couple of baskets last night.
Perry.
Yeah, that's right. Perry Williams did.
Yeah,
That gives you some height with Perry out there.
But yeah, man, it's fast paced. We went the whole game last night, 0 timeouts. I called one timeout until fair, and so I try to, the kids are asking me at practice, sometimes is, why are you loud? I'm like, cause I want to yell at you so we don't burn a timeout. I want you to be able to understand what I'm talking about during the flow of the game. So
I seen you last night. You was using that real good with Talbot a couple of times up there. Talbot's a great basketball player, man. He's a good ball handler. He's a little short, but man, that works to his advantage sometimes. He's real quick, and we are a little short. Everybody would like to have a 7-footer, I guess, out there, but. Man, the way you play, and I guess do you design your offense around the height you have, does it change, Terrence, or do you know, you're going to do what you do?
Well, we're going to, for the most part, do what we do. What we have, noticed is our guards tend to be short for the most part. Braylon is probably the tallest kid that we've had to play guard since I've been coaching.
That's right.
So we want to push the ball up. We run an offense to push the ball up the floor. It's our primary offense. We run this on any time we get the ball and just try to get a shot off or look down low before the defense is able to get set. And that kind of helps us in terms of size-wise. And so if we can pound the ball inside in that sense, it opens up our outside shooting from the smaller guys.
That's right, man. I know you pressed a little bit, and that works on some good free baskets. They're not free, but I mean, earned baskets. But what I liked last night, as we were setting up, me and Daniel came in to set up during the JV game, and most coaches will be up in the concession stand eating a hot dog. You was at the score table coaching, hollering at the JV, and I guess that's to build, these younger kids, they know you, but I mean, there's a difference in knowing you and playing for you.
That's right.
And man, you do a good job that way, getting involved with them. And my question was, does Coach Tadpole, does he run the same offense that they're going to run with the varsity?
Yeah, we do the exact same offense as JV and varsity. We tend to have the same defensive scheme. JV, sometimes we do mix in a little bit of zone here and there, but for the most part, we're going to play, high pressure man defense and run the same offenses on both levels.
Man, that is great. How many games does JV get?
JV, we have been averaging about 12 games per year. So all, most surrounding schools will have a boys team, and so we try to schedule as many as possible.
Man, I can remember just 4 or 5 years, it might have been your first year, we didn't have a JV team. We didn't play no JV games. We didn't have enough basketball players, and each year you've done a great job to increase the depth, and that's what it's about. AC's doing a great job at the rec park to bring in. I can remember when I was at the rec park, we wasn't even doing basketball, and you try to teach them one thing, that way that's the less thing that you have to teach them when they get up there. And man, AC has took that, and now we're in the GRPA with him, and the kids get to go out of town. And I mean, used to it was just football, and now it's football, basketball. Everybody says, all right, now I can't do nothing. We're going to VSU, so and we had a great year last year. Man, we went. The biggest win was, of course, we were at home for a playoff game and won that. But when we went to Wilkinson, that one, that was a different atmosphere to play. But our biggest win was in the region tournament over there.
Biggest win, went to Wilcox.
Man, that was the best game, and leading in that, we're going to take a break here, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about the region standing, because it's going to be another year where the teams are stacked in Region 2A. I mean, some of you take last year, we had, who was in the Final Four from Region 2A? I know Irwin.
Irwin was in the Final Four.
Was in the Final Four.
We were in the
Elite Eight.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
And the Wilcox was in the Sweet 16.
That's right. I mean, you're talking 3-4 teams from our region, man. And Class A can roll with the best of them when it comes to basketball. But we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back.
Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot, and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes, and remember, we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal.
Homerville Jewelers on East Dame Avenue is your headquarters for bridal and baby registry. If If you're looking for that special gift for the bride and groom or that perfect gift for the new baby, look no further. We also have a variety of diamonds, gold, sterling silver, watches, and necklaces, and can perform jewelry repair. No need to shop out of town. We can supply all of your gift and jewelry needs. Let Vicki Young and staff serve you at Homerville Jewelers, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas has the cheapest prices in South Georgia and a huge inventory of new and used gas and electric golf carts and off-road vehicles. Mike's also has parts and accessories and proudly serves customers across the states of Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. Whether you stop into our store or shop with us online, we have everything you need for Can-Am, E-Z-Go, Club Car, and Yamaha. 0% financing available for qualified customers. Mike's Golf Carts and Power Sports in Douglas, Georgia.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley, the host of Sports Talk, and I got my good buddy, the head basketball coach of the Clinch County Fighting Panthers, Coach Terrence George. Coach, we were talking about our region, how competitive it is, and we had one team, Irwin was in the Final Four last year, and you know, you can go to most of the good players play football, you know, because especially Class A, you have to use the kids in football, basketball, baseball. And looking at that, Wilcox has got some great athletes. I mean, you were talking, how would you rank the region best right now down to, say, top 3-4 teams in the region?
As far as top 3 or 4 teams, going with number 1, I have to say that I believe Wilcox is probably in that position right now. They have a good crew coming back. They may have only graduated one kid from last year. They managed to beat Calhoun the other night, so that's a big plus to them. They're undefeated right now at about 5 or 6-0.
Boy, that is a big win.
So that's a big win for them. So I would give them the edge as being number 1. As far as number 2, you know, we have Lanier, who's, you know, they got off to a hot start.
That's right.
You have Irwin starting, you know, they started yesterday also.
They'll get all their football players back.
They get all their players back. And, of course, you know, we're 2-0. So I think when it comes to how we can finish in terms of 1, 2, 3, and 4, I would give Wilcox the nod right now being number 1.
That's right.
And I would say, you know, 2 through 4 could be any one of us in terms of Clinch, Lanier, and Irwin. It just depends on who wants it the most.
That's right. Now, Coach, do you, like, you pull out your calendar and say, all right, we go to Wilcox. Now, we got Wilcox at home. Do you set the boys down now? I don't want to lose none of them, but you got to figure they're going to have the advantage in Wilcox. So we've got to win this one at home. Is that how you approach the schedule? Because you play everybody twice.
Right. We try to approach it like that, and, you know, try to sell the idea that, hey, this is your home court. You got
that's a good coach. When you get beat on the road, you can say, look, we kind of figured that. Yeah. Well, now we're coming home. This is our house.
And that's the thing. You know, I tell them, you win games, you sell tickets.
That's right.
People come out to see
That's
you.
Right.
And they're going to come see you at home, you know, more. So you need to make sure you're taking care of business at home. And so, you know, if we do that, you know, that's you know, that's the way to be. You know, it's just beneficial for us to make sure we try to win these home games.
That's right. And last night's game, man, I was impressed with the crowd for a Monday night game. You know, the home side was 70% full.
Look, I have to say, we had a tremendous crowd last night for a home game.
Man. On a Monday night. Usually you get them on Fridays or Saturdays, but for Monday, that's as big as I've seen in a while.
That was a huge crowd.
Man, and before we move on, let's talk about the fundraiser you had Saturday.
Yeah.
Man, that's been the whole talk of Homer. And I got to rag my buddy Dooley. They said they tried to get him out there dancing, which I could have told him, Dooley, I can dance better than Dooley. But, man, how did that turn out for you?
Man, it was an awesome experience. That was my first time experiencing the Globetrotters, you know, with an event like that. Yeah, I played. I was scoreless, of course. I think Keith Spradley, I think that's his last name. You know, he was probably the MVP of our team, led us in scoring, you know. You know, I thought that was the first time they had ever come to Clinch, and apparently I think they'd come before when I was much younger, and I don't remember it. But man, it was an awesome experience. I think you know, with the kids that came, they loved it. They did a great job.
Had a little camp before the thing.
Did a great job interacting with the fans and all that. And so talked to Michael Douglas afterwards, and he definitely wants to come back.
Man, I didn't get to make it. So man, surely I want to make the next one. I know that. How would you rate their basketball skills?
Man, you know,
See, when I think about and all of them legitimate, the Harlems. I went to Jacksonville, I think, when we was in the 5th grade, and watched the Globetrotters, whatever, and man, it was just it was unreal. Is that kind of about the same?
That's essentially it. When you think of in terms of these are guys just playing basketball, you think of Harlem Globetrotters.
That's right.
Harlem Legends and so on and so forth. But man, to see how they are really good with the ball. I mean, in terms of
I watched
the
it. You don't remember the cartoon. I watched that on Saturday.
But it's amazing, and you know that they are professional athletes. But you have these guys who not playing in the NBA or anything like that. Maybe they have played in the past or were close to getting to the league. It just shows you that some of these guys are very good, even at this particular age.
The kids are still talking about it.
And they're still talking about it. So.
But now, would they let you score and then they get mad?
Yeah, it's kind of like, an NBA All-Star
like
game.
Like wrestling.
Yeah.
Then you turn into Rocky.
But, man, there's one guy, he essentially floated. He ran by the bench several times. You could not hear his footsteps. And he caught about every ball that was thrown in the air and slam dunked it,
Now, were they tall, Terrence?
Yeah, that one guy, he was pretty tall. The other guys were, around 6'1", 6'2", some maybe a little bit taller than that. But, man, they're good, man. They can shoot the ball, man.
Man, and that was a great fundraiser.
Yeah.
I think they said there was a crowd there.
We had a decent-sized crowd. Of course, the next time we would like to get more, Clinch County.
Well, man, if we'd have known about it, I was going to get with you. I heard last minute, man. I'd have loved to put it on Creek Box for you, man.
That'd be great.
The last time I remember the donkey basketball games for fundraiser. But they brought in some midgets one time.
Yeah,
Do you remember?
I remember that. I was in high school.
And they said you couldn't pack them.
Yeah.
And they threw Coach Jim Dickerson out because that guy had made like 10 threes. Now, he wasn't but 4 foot high. Yeah. And Jim got mad and packed him. The ball went in the bleachers. They threw Jim out the game. That's what I remember, that fundraiser, man. It was great. But have y'all got some stuff upcoming later on in the year like that,
Not in terms of fundraiser. Now, we did speak afterwards, and he may we spoke afterwards about doing a summer camp with kids, ages, I think he said 6 through 12.
Man, yeah, that's
so that may be something to look forward to.
Man, that's great, man. I know that you're doing a great job. Terrence has come on with the girls, so y'all get together a lot, man. But you do a great job with that. And just the Christmas tournaments now, we want to get some at home. I know we go. You're going.
We're going to Ware County Thursday.
That's right.
We're playing the Christmas. It's a Swamp Classic.
That's
but
right.
It's essentially around Christmas.
Now, do you play one game over there?
One game there, and then Friday we'll go to Calhoun and play in it. He considers it a Class A Power Classic, so it's essentially a points game for the power ranking. And then we'll go back to Turner County after.
And that's
Christmas.
when you'll play more than one game.
Yeah, we'll play 2 games after Christmas in Turner County.
And they'll actually have a championship. See, that used to when they had a tournament, they would play on Friday and Saturday. They'll bring in maybe 4 teams, and you'd have 2 Friday and then 2 Saturday. That's girls and boys, And I'll have a championship, but the tournaments now are done different.
The tournaments now are classics for the most
right.
part. Now, the power ranking kind of, mess with that a little bit. When the power ranking leaves next year, maybe we can get some tournament-style tournaments.
That's right, man. And right here between Christmas, man, we'd love to do that. You're doing so much, but man, we're gonna go to our next break, and we're gonna come back and talk some more Clinch County Panther basketball. We'll be right back.
Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned and has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. We make it a priority to know our clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. We offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Pigler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers! Winky's Southern Styles in Homerville is the go-to place for custom embroidery and vinyl transfer designs. Whether it's t-shirts, caps, or special Christmas items, Winkies will make it happen. Go by our location at 44 East Elna Street in Homerville and see Lenora for embroidery and vinyl transfer. Winkies Southern Styles supports the Panthers in their quest for another state championship. Go Panthers! At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses with their accounting needs is our business. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We are your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll, 912-490-7142.
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ.
You're watching Creekbox TV.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Creekbox TV. I'm Alan Hanley, and we're doing Sports Talk Live here with the head basketball coach, my buddy, Coach Terrence George. Coach George, we're talking, you're 2-0 this year. Started off hot. It's a lot better than being 0-2 and then having to make it up on the road. But, man, I noticed we got fairly a young team this year, you know. And when I say young team, some kids that they played a little bit, but they hadn't been starters.
Right.
You got Jeremiah Courts out there. He played. He got a little banged up. I thought that apparently was just a scratch to the eye. But now, who do you think can have big things going this year for you?
Well, first and foremost, we have Braylon Kinlaw. He's a senior this year.
Man, he showed out last night.
So he had a great game last night. We expect big things out of him this year. Another player is Zach Robbins, of course.
Man, he come in and hit back-to-back threes
Back-to-back threes. You know, he had a great summer for us this summer. And so he put up big numbers along with Jeremiah Williams. And so those at this point are probably our greatest scoring threats, you know.
Right.
And then when we mix in guys like Lil Keyshawn Tauber, who can push the ball up the floor, get in the paint.
Perry Williams.
Perry Williams are rebounding. Tawan making great moves on the low block. So we have a nice core of guys who can be big for us and help us score and be more efficient on offense. But I kind of expect Braylon and Jeremiah to be the leading scorers, and those other guys chipping in and helping to lighten the load a little bit. And so we would like to average somewhere around 75 to 80 points. The past two games we've only gotten to 65. I think once we kind of limit the turnovers and start making, getting our legs up under us and
last
catching
night,
our layups,
man, using the backboard, I mean, it was one of them that Charlton had the same trouble. The putback shots were just a little hard or too short. And man, it's a young season. That's what you expect at the beginning, I guess. But now, how's this team mentally? I mean, is this a team that's going to have leaders in it? I mean, you've coached so many different teams. Or is this a team that you're going to have to push? And
I think I had to push them a little bit. I think, though, overall, the leadership qualities are there in several different players. I don't think either one right now is considered a dominant type leader.
That's right.
But I do think they work well as a group. And so there are times where, we're at practice or whatnot, and I can say, hey, go to the other end and run through the offenses, and I can stay on the JV end, and I can turn around, and they're going to be running the offenses.
You ain't got to worry about them working
Don't
hard.
have to worry about them. They're going to do it right, and they're going to hold each other accountable for the most part. So, in terms of leadership, I think it's going to be a combined effort, which is well because I tell the kids, basketball is a beautiful game whenever everybody plays with one heartbeat.
It's a team. That's right.
Stole that from Coach Dean at North Carolina, one of my favorite teams.
That's right.
So I think it'll work well with the kids this year. So.
Well, man, I love doing basketball and Creekbox, man. We love going to do and we'll be here December the 30th to do that game. And then, of course, after the first, We got a lot of people going out for Christmas holidays, of course. You don't get to take a day off, but we're going to finally get to take a day or two off. But, man, after that, it's going to be wide open 3-4 nights a week, man, and we appreciate you taking the time. We're going to have you back where you can bring in, we hope to bring them all in, your seniors and, your starters and some to highlight you. I mean, you know the kids. You might have a kid on that team. You had one last year that I just loved. He come in, he was a senior, shoot the 3-point shot.
Keyshawn Lee?
Man,
Oh, yeah.
no, not Keyshawn Lee, the other one. He wasn't a starter. He come in and everybody was hollering for him.
Jaquan Gaines?
Yeah, that was him. Man, I love that kid. He was a great kid. And you probably got a couple more like that you love to see and that practice hard that don't get to play much, But, man, we appreciate it. We love you, Coach, and we'll see y'all next week here on Sports Talk.
You're watching Creekbox TV.